Hey guys, we're here at GDC. I'm talking with Jack and Adriel from
Cater Games.
Yeah, thank you. We're taking a look at 3 heroes, which we're having a difficult time trying to put into a genre specifically. It's a lot of different things. You brought up Might and Magic, I think, and RPG elements, some adventure, strategy,
text.
Lots of numbers.
Lots
internally.
of numbers. So this is like a lot of things going on, but
It's got a complexity of a really board game that's super elaborate.
super elaborate board game. That's
single
cool.
player.
Okay, cool. So 3 heroes. Go ahead and kind of show us what this is all about.
So it's turn-based.
Uh-huh.
There are 3 heroes who each take turns. So we have the Elf Ranger up. He's got Rangers and Pathfinders.
Okay.
And he's going to do the first,
Dun dun dun.
which is Scout the District.
Interesting. So it's scouting,
Basically, just
finding
trying to
out some
find
info.
interesting villages, settlements.
Okay.
Anything where maybe they can find some, quests to go on, like a good mercenary would.
Yeah. Very neat.
All right. And 3 prospective campsites because, well, first there's an encounter.
Find some good stuff there.
Okay, so you encountered someone, and now you get some options of what you want to do?
So now you're going to establish a camp.
Okay.
Because there are 3 heroes, and they've all met together at a rendezvous spot, and they've chosen and there's 3 campsites possible that the Elf Ranger just found.
Okay.
So you're going to choose between one of them, and there's various criteria.
Interesting. So there's definitely text heavy, right?
At times,
But not a text adventure.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of text like you kind of see once and then you never see it again too.
Right.
Or it minimizes. So you establish the camp. It lists all your minions that you start with. The 3 heroes are the Orc Scavenger, the Elf Ranger, and the Dwarf Captain. The Elf Ranger is particularly good at range combat.
Mm-hmm.
The Dwarf Captain is very good at melee.
Mm-hmm.
And the Orc Scavenger is good at both.
Cool. Okay.
And there's a list of what you have in inventory, which is a lot to start the game. This is for testing, really.
Yeah.
And it just tells you can swipe up, left, right. I'll show you.
Oh, cool. And so this is kind of your stat screen for your...
Right. So this is a list of your minions.
Okay.
And it grows and grows.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your inventory. And later times in the game, you'll see individual inventories when you're not at camp and you all leave and go in separate directions for a while.
Yeah.
And then we're just back to it. So, and you can also swipe up and down to see the previous results.
Oh, neat. Okay, so you can kind of keep track of everything that's happening.
Yes.
And so what's the end goal of this?
End goal is to, their end goal is to retire. Eventually, make a lot of money and retire.
Okay.
The idea behind it is very, it's a simulation, and this is, back in medieval, in 1200 AD.
Mm-hmm.
This is what mercenaries would be out of work, and they would do anything they can to make money, including robbing and whatever, and so that's
to live the life of a mercenary,
right?
An out of work mercenary.
Yes, or 3 mercenaries. That's your secret special thing is here. No one knows that you're actually 3 bandit groups or mercenary groups. All right, so we're gonna go to visit town next.
Okay.
And we have a bunch of screens that just gives you some background information as we play.
Okay.
And so now we're going on to the town. And this is the Crossroads town. And you acquire about quests. And so
now it gives you some quests that you can go out and do?
Yes.
Okay.
But you can't do that. You have to. So this, because he's not back in camp, you have to wait for this hero to come back in camp.
Okay.
And then you can do those quests.
Oh, okay.
There's sort of a round robin always going on with the 3 heroes. There's either somebody out doing something, somebody coming back, or somebody at camp, and they all sort of rotate in and out every single turn.
Okay.
So you can seek trades, and there's one trade here. You can sell 10 medicine for 432 silver. Let's tap that. Sure.
Is that a good deal?
It has a green button there, so it's a good price.
Okay, interesting.
And there's lots of hints like that.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a lot of little things that help the player along that you won't realize initially, but that are there. So that's it for the.
So your orc's done.
Right. And so you go on to the next one.
So
Elf Ranger's
hero
going
number 2.
to. Right. So he's going to scout district again because Ranger's the best at scouting.
Yeah. And what's pulling this information? It's just kind of like a random generation sort of thing?
Yeah, it's procedurally generated.
Okay.
With modifications. So.
Yeah. Basically, there's a county. In that county, there's a lot of things generated. And every time you go to a new county, which you do every now and again, it just completely regenerates from a bunch of subsets.
Oh, cool.
You do about 35 turns in a county, and then you go on to another one. Or if you're being hunted, you go sooner.
Yeah.
You have to put that in soon.
Yep, one of these days.
So it's just another one. It just explains what we were talking about really.
Yeah. And this is really where it starts to open up.
All right, so now this is what we call a hero action screen, where a list of actions you can do for your turn.
Okay.
So far, there's been really no choices about anything.
Right.
And that's to get you off to a good start in every county. And then from then on, it looks
now
like
it's
this.
like, what do you want to go do?
Right. And so this just gives you the key of what our little things are up here. The queue quest available to learn if you go there. All right. So
this is your choices of what to do?
yes. And the game kind of helps you too that this bar here, select heroes actions, the ones closest are the best ones to do.
Okay.
And then as you get along, you might, as you become sophisticated in play, you might choose further out, but
Sure.
So let's do that one, the Lever Watcher. So you're going to go to the small ranch. And this is all hand-drawn art, by the way. We have a lot of it.
It looks really nice.
And some are incredibly cool,
Yeah,
too.
some of them are real detailed and nice. I mean, they're all nice.
Right. So you have a choice of helping the Watcher find a good hiding spot or just leaving. So let him already do it.
You didn't feel like being helpful. It's okay. It's okay. Gotta look out for number 1.
Right. And so you leave the Watcher, and Watcher's going to watch for 6 turns and then come back to camp on his or her own.
Okay.
Right?
Cool.
This game is very gender neutral, by the way, too. It doesn't really specify ever as male or female.
That's good.
And so right here it's showing we're going on to the next turn, and it always says one of the heroes just returned to camp. And then here it has a bonus thing, and that's why there's a pause button here that completed district scouting. So you found everything in this county, which is amazing. Only 2.
That doesn't generally happen this soon.
Yes, I mean it can go 5.
Wow.
And only did in 2, and so.
Well, that's cool.
And there's a lot of things in the game like that. So there might be a 1 in 20 chance that you'll do it in 2, and a 1 in 8 chance or 7 chance in 5, and the rest in 3 or 4. So there's a lot.
A lot of different random generation, which has been fun to test.
Right.
As a programmer, it's
And so we're always like, oh, something cool we haven't seen just yet.
That's very cool.
We should start some combat.
Oh, okay, combat.
Yeah, but that's a crummy one though. But we can, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Just for demo purposes.
Sure. So Scatter Bandits is an action that you found some bandits and you just want to drive them away.
Okay.
You haven't been hired to do it or anything here. On the bottom here, list your other heroes so you can compare your minions to. It gives you a pause to see maybe you want to do it with a different hero.
So if you're super underpowered or something.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Or you just and sometimes you know what you're doing. You just pause right by that.
Okay.
So, but the game is very friendly, giving the information so you can make intelligent decisions.
Yeah.
So you depart. You find the camp.
Found it.
And now you have several choices here. So you scout, try to remove sentries, scout, be invisible, don't let the sentries see you, or you can just
do your
just
job.
do it, or
Scatter
you can say, we don't want to do it.
Okay. Let's scatter them.
Yes.
I think we should scout.
Okay.
Just to see what's up.
I trust you. Yeah.
So
I always plow through and scatter, but
So I've been testing that more recently.
Yeah.
And so it says the first battle is going to be ranged, and a good thing you don't have the dwarf here, so that's good. It says the difficulty, you silence 2 sentries. Alarm. If you play it a bunch more times, you know the alarm can go off. So you didn't trigger the alarm. So
good.
you have a chance to surprise still too.
Okay.
And you found 20 cudgelists and 13 kobolds. Trying to use some new names that you haven't seen in games before, like Cudgelist. That was like probably our most awkward one right now. So
A Cudgelist. It sounds got a nice sound to it.
Yeah, it sounds like something that you'd be.
and then the
inclined to
game
fight.
tells you, your chance of success roughly,
Okay.
and losses. And this is, ballpark kind of a thing. It's like on a 1 to 5 scale.
But your odds are good.
So
Yeah, let's
it's
do it.
really good
Let's
here.
attack.
All right, so you can choose ranged or melee. Because they're cudgelists, they're probably not going to be strong at ranged.
Okay.
So we'll choose ranged.
Oh boy.
And so the battle is unfolding right here.
That's neat.
Not bad.
Wow, that's cool.
And that's an injury symbol is the one little white plus sign, and
Okay.
then we're using acorns, which is the good luck symbol back at this time.
Right.
And so we have 4, and there's a little key down on the bottom here if you don't remember what they are.
That's cool.
And it just shows in the first one. And then, so what actually happened here? All right, so we'll just continue down. And now, so we go on to the next round, and the foe wishes to parlay.
Interesting.
Because it's kind of like real life where, people don't want to die anywhere,
Right.
And so you accept, and then it's going to say, that's why you're here, what your demands are. And you said, well, we don't like you here, basically. I think you should relocate. And they decide, well, they see your strength and agree that they can't forthwith. And they move on, and you grant peaceableness and return to camp.
So you can decide to take the peaceful route or not.
Yes.
Very cool.
You really don't want to lose guys in this game.
Yeah.
Is the key. And so, because you don't have an unlimited supply.
Yeah.
Although it seems like it at times right now.
I know, right? The testing numbers are a bit skewed.
I'm working on that. It's not going to be. And so,
very cool.
and now you found during dwarf captain on the way back found 10 spice, hunting and foraging on the way back.
And then we come back up to the elf.
And
So I would say, just in the interest of time, that gives us a pretty good look at kind of where you're going with this.
Yes.
Definitely, I see what you mean about all the different genres. I mean, it's like game book, pen and paper, RPGs,
Yes.
so much. It's kind of like a adventure in your pocket. Do what you want to do with it.
Yes.
So that's very
right,
cool.
so you have a lot of choice and action.
a
in
lot
it.
of systems.
Right. And so,
But so 3 heroes. That's a quick look at that. What do you guys think in time frame wise of releasing?
we're going to try for this summer.
Try for this summer.
Yeah, that's the pipe dream goal.
Okay. Well, it looks really cool. So we'll be looking for that, and we'll bring you any more info on it until then. And thank you very much for showing us 3 heroes.
Thank you very much for listening.